Hey everyone, welcome back to part two of the A to Z conversion rate optimization for an ecom brand. So a few weeks ago, I talked about the idea of the product page and how to improve the actual conversion rate. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over a similar sort of structure, but obviously the cart page is a bit different to the actual product page. In the product page, we talked about things like good imagery and video and the kind of content that you put in that, social proof in the sense of reviews, okay, site speed, optimizing for mobile desktop. Okay, so here we're going to talk about the actual cart page now. Okay, I'm just going to give you some tips and pointers on what we would see work best. So look, you may mean again in regards to the product page, it's kind of similar, okay, in that the traffic that you have right now, it's not converting. That's going to result, or sorry, it may be converting, but it might be converting at a loss, or it's converting okay, but you want to improve it. And as you can see here, the current situation, not enough converting website traffic or mobile traffic for that matter. High CPAs and low ROAS. That's the issue. It's so every time that we speak to a brand, we always have to make sure that the conversion rate is at least a 1% to kick things off. Okay, amongst many other things, but that is so important because we do drive with good ads, and you can see that. You notice that when they click, the ad is qualifying them. It's getting good click-through rate, and the same traffic is even adding to cart as well. But there's a problem. There's a drop-off point. The site doesn't post ad, it doesn't convert, and it's hurting the return on ad spend massively. So even though the ads are doing its job and the traffic is coming in at good quality with the intent of purchase, there's something wrong with the website, and that could be a multitude of things. Okay, price point, site speed, difficult to navigate. They sometimes get distracted. It couldn't be the actual site itself. How the site sells, like how the product page sells, how the cart page sells. So there's so many different variables on that, guys. You really do have to get it right. Okay. So you are at that point. By the time you get here and you cover these things here, you are in a desired situation where the same amount of traffic you're converting is converting better, which means that it's reducing the CPA, which is great because the lower the cost per acquisition and the higher transactional value, the better the ROAS. Okay, but conversion rate is obviously important for that. Okay, so I explained them on part one, where the elements of improving conversion rate. You can A/B test or multivariate test things. Okay, now I would recommend for the most part a lot of people just do the A/B testing, where you're basically testing, one headline. Or sorry, two headlines. Okay, you're testing which one is converting better. That headline could be just the product name, or it could be the product name with a benefit-driven, element to it. Okay, it's the same. You could ask a question like a problem. Are you struggling with this? That could be the introductory as a header, as opposed to maybe the benefit-driven one. Okay, but if you're doing multivariate testing, you're testing headline, but you're also testing the say, for example, the CTA in the add to cart, maybe the color as well. Maybe you're including a different element of the page entirely, where you've moved the social proof of your reviews, for example, somewhere else. You're testing different trust badges or credibility badges, or even reward badges. Or are you including shipping? Are you not including shipping in terms of the costs and the the cost, but also the expected delivery time, all those things. That's multivariate testing, which means you need a lot more traffic to come up with statistical significance for that. Okay, but let's just get into this. Okay, now, first two pointers are very much similar to what we spoke about with the product page. Site speed is still hugely important. When they click on the add to cart button, you want to make sure that the cart page loads up as quick as possible. Site speed is so important at every stage in the funnel, really, especially on mobile traffic. People won't wait a second. People don't have the attention spans anymore, thanks to TikTok and shorts. But yeah, like at the end of the day, slow load times are going to result in high bounce rates. High bounce rates are just going to reduce the sales and the conversion. Okay, so highly important. Highly important. You're optimizing as well your pages for mobile and desktop traffic. You know, the cart page as well, of course. Now, let's get into something a little bit more juicier here. And I want to give you some tips and pointers that you should be testing out in the actual add to cart, or sorry, add to cart, in the actual cart page. So both above the fold, but these are a number of pointers here. So first one is like the progress bar at the top. This is to show how much like when someone lands on the cart page, they've taken that initial step of going, yeah, I like this product, I like the price point, I see that there's social proof, like people who are in my tribe interested in actually, you know, they're getting the desired result that they're looking for. It seems we have similarities in desired results or desired end goals, should I say, more so. And I'm willing to take a chance on this product. Okay, if this is cold traffic, it'll be, if it's warmer traffic, they're a lot more convinced anyway because they've been branded a bit better. But just to sort of show the next steps, the level of commitment that they need. You know, some people, what you're saying with this progress bar is that like, hey, you're here, you've just landed here, and then all it is just like one more step more, and the cart is completed. Your order is going to be completed. People need to know that because they need to know, is there multiple steps? Is there multiple forms to fill out? I mean, they don't want to come across headaches here when, you know, they are in busy lives, essentially. So make sure you're letting people know up front that, you know, how much left is in place for the process. Okay. Also include product image and names. Okay. These are things that are in the cart. Just, it helps to verify and reiterate what is actually in the cart that they're purchasing, the quantity, and label it to like product 1, product 2, product 3, what have you. Okay. Don't forget, when you're at the cart page, this is very much, you're in hot buyer territory mode right now. If there's anything that you can upsell and cross sell them to increase the average order value, by all means do. This is not only good for you as you increase average order value, because that helps with return on ad spend as well if you're running ads, but also they in turn, the customer will, you know, if they're offering, if you're offering something that's even a more enhanced desired outcome. Okay, if you buy this, but if you buy this, this, and this, you'll get an even greater outcome. Don't be afraid to show that. Okay, and this can be in the form of like upsells, cross sells, like customers who buy this also buy this, and like product recommendations and things like that. So don't forget to, you know, do that. Okay, because that really does help with conversion. Okay. Another thing that helps with conversion is alternative payment methods. Okay, I use Klarna a lot online. I mean, I love when I'm spending a few €100 here in Ireland, for example, and I'm actually looking to purchase some. I was actually purchasing some items for my garden only recently, and it came to a few €100. But I was able to break that down into 3 installments, which, you know, is easier for cash flow, isn't it? You know, so by all means, allow stuff like that to happen. We had a client a couple of years back that in the jewelry space that didn't want to use this because it was classed as a bit like maybe tacky or a little cheap looking, and I don't really get that at all. Klarna is an awesome platform, in my opinion, and I think it should be used absolutely. It doesn't cheapen anything. In fact, it actually helps with the conversion rate. If people can break down, especially jewelry, because that can be expensive. If you can break that down in payments, by all means, allow that to happen. Google Pay, Amazon Pay, things like that. Absolutely have those alternative payment methods. The reason why they're even great, they're so great as well, is that they don't. It goes down to my last point about like where they are in the sales cycle. If they don't have to fill out billing addresses, shipping addresses, names, you know, entering credit cards, if all those fields are eliminated when they just have to press a button like Google Pay, where all that detail is already recorded because they're logged into an account, it just completely, you know, it fastens up. It speeds up the actual the shopping order experience. Okay. Show shipping costs, taxes, expected delivery, all that kind of stuff. This actually should be done. I don't know if I mentioned this on the first one, but it is important. I would actually do this on the product page. I would reiterate this again on the cart page just to let people know these are the amount of taxes. These are the expected time of expected delivery time. This is the actual cost of the shipping as well. People want to know everything up front before they hit that add to cart button. Okay, and reiterate that. Let them know that don't have them lose sight of the purchase. Always keep the costs up front, because one of the I can't remember the resource that I used there some time back on a video, but they always come back every year where they do these studies where the drop offs in conversion. Okay, when it comes to the cart page, one of the biggest reasons is actually unexpected fees. So by all means, make sure that you are showing fees up front. Don't have it way down at the very last point of the sales process where they're just about to click buy because they've entered everything in, and all of a sudden they see, oh, well, hang on, there's another X amount. No, that's too expensive, or they're annoyed about that. Have everything up front as much as you possibly can. Show trust badges. These are like anything that's in industry trust badges. I'll actually show you an example of this in a minute, but trust badges, credibility badges, you've been seen in kind of content where it's Vogue or it's some other publication. I'm talking about trust badges though, that I'll share an experience. I'll show you an example now in a second, but do show these off because they're highly important for conversion. Any kind of trust factor will have more confidence in the buyer's mind. Okay, so all good there. Express your guarantee, any kind of guarantee that you have, 30-day, 70-day, or 30-day, 90-day. I think the longest I ever seen a guarantee was Zappos, the shoe company, many years back. They had a guarantee, a return policy of something like for the whole year, 365 days of the year. If you wanted to return the shoes, you could. So that was a pretty bold claim, wasn't it? So free shipping up here, the more above the fold here, this is other sort of content that you can test out, or certainly you don't have to include all of this, but these are all quite important really at the end of the day. Okay. You don't want to clutter the actual page too, but you do want to show elements here where it's helping with, confidence in purchase, speed, that kind of thing. Free shipping, progress bar. Again, I'll give you another example of this now in a second, but this is, you can position this down right beside the pricing point here on the cart. So what you're saying is, hey, you are literally $20 away or $10 away or, $50 away from getting free shipping if you add extra, blah, blah, blah. And this is where, offering the upsells and cross sells really help on the cart page too, because they'll see, well, look, if I spend another 20 or $30 here, euros, pounds, whatever it is, I will now qualify for free shipping. So it does work. It's pretty, it just helps nudge them into increasing the average order value. And of course it helps the conversion rate as well. Obviously return policies, refund policies, definitely show those as well. People need to know, hey, if I don't like this or it comes in late or whatever the hell, it's broken or it's damaged, how easy is it for me to actually return this? I don't want hassles. I don't want to have to fill out things. Do I just print out a label and I package it myself and it's at the door? Make this easy as possible and show that as well, so they don't have to worry about that. I would actually use that in the card or the actual product page as well. Then you can as well, where the products are being mentioned and listed, you could actually have, if they've got reviews, they just kind of show the the amount of reviews that it's got. So it might get 4 to 5 stars as an average, and then out of say 20, 25 reviews. It just helps to kind of show that the product that they're purchasing is being used and is actually working for many others. And again, it just helps build confidence, especially when people are coming from cold traffic or they don't really know you too well, but they like what you have to offer so far. It just helps build their confidence and complete the purchase. I would also show, if you've room for this and it's not necessary, definitely you could do this on other pages on the site, certainly like homepage and your product pages, is actually show rewards, reward badges, like industry reward badges that your brand has experienced and been part of, even your product as well. Really, really helps to show that if you've got a renowned, credible so-and-so who's actually advocating your product because of it or winning an award, by all means show that. Okay. Now, another really kind of creative thing to do is if, and a lot of this is, I see this a lot over the years as well, is like people supporting charities or causes. Okay, especially like if you buy this, I think it's Tom's Shoes, isn't it? Where if you buy a pair of their shoes, they plant a tree. There's various different examples that you can find online. By all means, show that as well, because a lot of your um, audience buy into that as well. Everybody's sort of conscious of the climate change and the, again, it could be anything. Homeless people, it could be supportive child, problematic situations, whatever it is that's going on in the world, and there are charities that are supporting these problems. Your customers are likely to be bought into that as well. Okay, so offer and show that you are actually in support of this. So every time that they purchase X amount, you donate 10% of the profit, okay, to that particular charity. So they're not just getting a desired outcome, but they're also helping, certain causes that they align with. And lastly, then, is to use live chat. Again, this can be very good too. If people are lost, you can just have a live chat pop up and just say, hey, if you need anything, if there's something that you need, by all means, allow, just touch base with us there. And that really, again, helps with conversion, essentially, at the end of the day, that human touch. So let's just go over a couple of quick examples here. De Bruno Bros. What I like about this, oops. Here I spoke about, this is the on their card page, of course, okay, you can see here, many customers added the following. That's the cross-sell, upsell here, all right? They've got good imagery, okay? But you can see here what's clever here is what they've done is that they're $86 away from free shipping. So if they continue adding, one or two of these items, certainly these two, it would almost hit the threshold of the free shipping. And it's just it just helps with a little nudge. So that does help increase your average order value and your conversion rate. This is Dell here. And what I like about Dell here is that they were showing the trust badges here. Okay, you can see here that there's authoritative trust badges here that just help build confidence. If there's anything like this you can do on your pages as well, in and around the checkout buy buttons, it does help to persuade people to purchase. Okay, and then we have who is it here? The Tory here. So here you can see here, you shop, we give. So your purchase is eligible for $2.90 donation to support Women for Women International. Okay, so again, this is another great way to be able to express that if you're purchasing this product, we're also helping good organizations to progress in their endeavors. Okay, so I liked what they did there, and of course you can see here that they're also doing multiple payment options. This is PayPal here. You can do very common way of completing purchases as well, rather than going here. Same with Amazon Pay as well. All right. And lastly, again, just this has got to do with the cross sells, upsells, Zoo Plus here. So these are the things in the cart, but of course you might also like, and you can add these, of course, and other recommended products as well. And then you have multiple methods of payment here also in terms of, making payments. But that is it, guys. Hope this video was helpful today. If you feel that your conversion rate is not working out for you, you need to be hitting at least a 1%. Like you need to be pushing that up to 2 and 3%. It all depends on offers that you're running as well. But like obviously, if you have a sale, and it's depending on the sort of traffic that you're hitting up on, all those things come into play here. But look, it's always important that you're improving the conversion rate, and you can do that by this in the actual cart page, and also the product page as well. I'll leave a link in the video here on YouTube to the actual product page video as well. So that's it, guys. Thank you again.